Many in the industry think that terminal operators are focused purely on carriers, but you focus on inland services and landside customers. Can you talk a little bit about the importance of the landside customers for terminal operators?
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're totally right. I mean, particularly APM Terminals, maybe since we are, grown from a company that comes out of the Maersk Line world,
Right.
Shipping lines were our bread and butter, and that's
Sure.
where our traditional focus has been. But we realized that actually the terminals, and of course this differs per market, but have a significant impact on the supply chain of the landside customers. And this is something we started to realize as we built our global portfolio and started to interact with these customers. And we see that for many customers, for instance, terminals are a black box. They know that maybe the ship arrives one day, they know that maybe the container gets gated out another day, but what happens in there, whether it gets customs cleared or not, is totally invisible for these customers. So we want to work with these customers to provide, for instance, more data to them, more information, so they are, more able to predict their supply chain and manage their supply chain. But we also see opportunities to actually sell these customers some products, and we call these products to landside customers, because we feel that can help, to improve the efficiency in their supply chain, which is something that when we speak to these landside customers, is something that they're, wishing for. And also here today at the JOC, I mean, a lot of people actually ask, terminal operator, interesting, yeah? Why you're here and what are you coming here to do? Because, I expect to see shipping lines and of course freight forwarders.
Sure.
But when you explain them about this vision, they actually see, yeah, that's right. Actually, the terminal could actually have a much more profound impact on our supply chain than, for instance, the shipping line actually has. Because a ship from Asia, from Shanghai to Rotterdam or here to Hamburg, I mean, it's all the same. It's the same commodity. Maybe it's a light blue ship or it's a black ship or a blue ship, but it's essentially the same product. Whilst the terminal, can really have a much bigger impact on the supply chain of the customers. And that's in emerging markets even more true than, for instance, here in Europe or the US.
How much control can the localized inland services really exert on, say, reducing the speed to market?
Yeah, now that's a good question. I mean, so we really look at our portfolio where we have the marine terminals on the one hand, those stand with one leg in the ocean, so to speak, and we have these inland terminals. And sometimes these inland terminals are very close to the port, 500 meters, 5 kilometers, but sometimes they're much further away. And an example of that in our portfolio, in APM Terminals' portfolio, is the inland depot we have in Mexico City. I mean, that's smack in the middle of the country.
Yeah.
It's 500 kilometers from Lázaro Cárdenas, from Manzanillo, but also from Veracruz on the Caribbean coast. And ultimately in Mexico City is where, the products are being consumed. That's where the Walmarts, the Mattels, all these customers want to have their goods. And if they want to have a reliable supply chain, then they don't want their goods to be stuck in the port, from where it still takes 2, 3, 4, 5 days for the goods to arrive, to their distribution centers in Mexico City. So if we, as APM Terminals, together with other supply chain partners, can take care of the movement of goods from the moment they get discharged from the ship, all the way down to Mexico City, it becomes much more predictable for these customers, for these landside customers. So that's where also our inland portfolio plays a significant role in working with these landside customers and contributing to the efficiency in their supply chain.
On the topic of digitization and technology and where that is taking the supply chain industry, what trends are you seeing? Where do you think that's going?
Yeah, no, we definitely believe that this is something that is going to take off in our industry. I mean, we are an industry that really demands to be disrupted. There's a lot of stuff still based on paper and from, say, an old age where things are inefficient, and we even use still faxes. On the one hand, if you deal with shipping lines only and you have one ship per week and you send them one invoice per week, maybe you do that on a piece of paper and it kind of functions. But when you start dealing with these landside customers, and for a ship with 1,000 containers you get 1,000 customers, you need to look for digital solutions to effectively and efficiently liaise and engage with these landside customers. Provide them the information they're seeking, let them buy services and send invoices to them. So this is really something that requires digital solutions. And then of course in general, and it's a topic what we hear today here also a lot, is about the need for information, the need for visibility. And that of course goes hand in hand with digital solutions. I mean, people want to have this information instant, easy, 24/7, and that doesn't work anymore with paper. So that's for sure something we're going to work at.
Great, thanks for speaking with me today.
You're most welcome.